You're listening to the M.A.V show, episode number 18, Anime Adaptations. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the M.A.V show.
Welcome back. Ohio gozaimasu konbawa. Actually, it's konbawa at this point in the day.
All that good stuff. I'm your host, King Vontae, KV for short.
I'm your co-host, Little Brother.
And this podcast, guys, we talk about manga, anime, and video games.
The very three.
The bread and butter of our lives. And, real quick, guys, shout out to our audience guest. And we're trying to set him up. We're trying to bring him, hopefully next week, our homeboy, Roques.
What up, guys?
Yeah. So at this point, he's definitely gonna be here.
We gotta set him up a mic and everything. But he's been here consistent, and I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you.
That's what I do.
You guys can hit us up at the Apple Podcast, Google, Spotify.
Apple Podcast being the big one, just because it has that weird algorithm where it wants you to leave a 5-star rating for us. Go ahead and give us that 5-star rating.
Drop a comment, anything. Like I said, we want to hear from you guys.
We're about to get into a whole bunch of video games into animes into video games and all that such. So if we miss anything, or if you even agree with us or think we're ever wrong, go ahead and hit us up there. So we aren't in our normal location, are we?
No, we're in a very, very hot garage, guys. Like, I just want to say we are dedicated to bringing this to you guys. Just appreciate this. Like, just appreciate how much of the lengths we are willing to go. Oh, thank you, God, for that cold air breeze right there. Just thank us for, the lengths we go to put out stuff continuously for you guys,
It's hot. So if you see my picture on Mavericks.com, I'm a heftier guy, and it's making me sweat. I'm not gonna lie, it's hot.
Hey, he ain't the only one sweating.
Oh yeah, I can feel myself sweating over here too, and I'm just like, That's what happens when you try to do something in the garage in triple digit heat out here in Arizona.
Once again, guys, we're in Arizona. It's 100 degrees in the shade with just good old heat. When it's winter, it's 100 degrees. When it's spring, it's 100 degrees.
Well, not in winter. Winter drops down to
I'm just
bottom 70.
Hyperbole. I'm just saying it's so flippin' hot, but we still put in the grind. We still put in the work.
It's 109.
So considering we're in a garage, it's probably a little hot than that.
I actually saw this. I'm not so sure if you guys seen that meme where somebody looked up on Google the
temperature which our body can handle. It's 114 or something. The guy's looking at Arizona temperature 119. So
we
Very
get some
accurate.
dangerous heats out here. We get that type of heat where you just oh my God, how am I gonna without air conditioning out here? You just want to survive.
I used to work out in this.
Really?
Yeah, my job was outside near sheet metal all day.
Oh
no!
Yeah,
No.
The reflection from that was hot.
Ooh, just beating off
I
of
didn't
us.
expect you to do that. That sucks.
Easy. The only thing you saw on me was my eyes. Everything else, I had a face mask. I had a wrap around my neck. I had a hat, a really big, just always long sleeve gloves.
That is weird. Because they tell you at least when we were kids, don't wear black because it absorbs heat. But and I've seen it in maybe just to say something off the bats, India or Saudi Arabia, you have to wear black so the sun doesn't tear apart your skin. Basically,
I've never
Really?
do that.
it's so the sun rays don't pierce through whatever clothing you're wearing and just boil you alive.
Wow, because it's crazy. I see a lot of them wear white.
I see a lot of them wear black.
Interesting. But how's your week been, little brother?
Chill, I guess. Going through work, doing me, getting my side projects done and all that.
How's the voice acting going?
Still to be continued. Not really letting nothing too much off of it.
Okay, that's good. I see you. My week has been interesting, keeping up with our sister's birthday and everything, and trying to figure out
What?
gifts. My bad. Wedding.
I was like, you look at here. Okay, look at. I'm kind of terrible with birthdays and such. I actually remember my dad's is coming up, so good on me. But here's the thing: I know my sister's birthday isn't nowhere near here because we share birthdays. We're not twins, but dang it, that's something I can at least remember on that one.
It's really weird because they're like 2 years apart and they have the same birthdays.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're like what, 4 days?
No.
5 days?
No.
6 days?
No.
You're the 11th.
Exactly. And when is yours?
The 19th?
Okay, well, do the math. 9 minus 1 is how much?
10 days.
91? I'm gonna go uninstall my life at the moment.
Oh my god.
Y'all could have seen their faces, just both of their eyes just open up and just turn away like, what?
Oh my gosh. I still claim him, y'all. That is my biological little brother.
I'm just being a goofball, man. I'm just being a goofball. 8 days. It's 8 days.
It's too hot for this. This is too hot for this.
We're 8 days away.
But yeah, I'm going through the things and stuff for our sister's wedding and everything. So just all that fun stuff. Just trying to be a help. Being a great big brother.
Even though you say you don't want to do a speech.
I'm not gonna do a speech.
You're gonna do the speech. You have to do the speech because you're the older brother.
That's the part I hate because I'm the older brother with 5 sisters.
Yeah, there you go. And every single one, you're doing a speech.
I'd be like,
so why isn't somebody on Steven's side? So why isn't somebody on her husband's side doing it?
Because he's the eldest. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha.
I'll make just a speech like, short and quick and just be like, hey.
Congratulations.
I love y'all. You guys have a long, prosperous wedding.
Let's get drunk.
You gotta do better than that. You gotta do better than that.
I'm not good.
Look up some anime. I'm pretty sure there's wedding animes. Rocky.
Okay.
I was like, Naruto did it. Just find something that Naruto did.
Wait a minute.
Naruto didn't give a speech though.
No, he didn't give a speech, but somebody did at his wedding.
Iroka Sensei.
Oh snap.
Oh,
what did he say though?
I know.
I mean, there's really not much you could say. I mean, well, if anybody knows Naruto the best, it'd be Iruka Sensei, then it goes Kakashi, then it goes everybody else he was in class with. I mean, it would probably just be like a whole bunch of jokes, but I mean, I can see it. I still don't want to do a speech though. I do not and will not do a speech. You can do it in my place.
If you love your sister, you'll do a speech.
You can do it in my place.
If you love your sister, you're gonna do a speech.
If
I love her.
Love me, she would know I wouldn't want to do it.
Exactly.
All right. So, is it about that time?
About that time.
About that time, people.
Go ahead, lead us off.
Oh, okay. So, like at the beginning of the episode, as you heard, we're gonna be doing adaptations of anime, and by that we mean animes that have become movies, animes that have been turned into video games, or any other such of examples if we figure out some more. But those are like the primary ones. So probably one of the biggest and most just hit-on examples is Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Evolution, the movie.
Good God.
Yeah.
So I can't really say much about this. Are you talking about Super?
No. Remember Dragon Ball Evolution?
Nope.
The live adaptation of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was trash. So this is where America gets a lot of stuff wrong. And off the bat, we're gonna go hard into this. This is almost like the animes, the shows that are considered animes but not animes, that are not animes, like Avatar: The Airbender. Their live adaptation as well was bad.
Okay, I was going to say, are we going to count that too? Because there's a big borderline between is it anime, is it cartoon?
For Americans wanting to, how can I say this? Wanting to replicate what they see in Japan and how they do a lot of stuff, I would really consider it, especially based off of the cultures and everything else they kind of do in it. Like if it, like the only thing it's missing is Japanese voice actors, and you would consider it an anime.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea.
You've never seen Avatar?
No, and I pretend like it's...
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, wait, no. You talking about...
The Last Airbender
series, or you talking about the movie?
The anime series.
Oh, of course I watched it. I watched it as a kid.
Oh, okay. Then I was
I
about
thought
to
you
say,
meant the
bro,
movie. I was like, I
bro,
pretend
I was
like
about to
this
say,
movie exists. I've never
wow,
seen it before.
guys. So we're not gonna have Rocky on the podcast.
You never seen the live adaptation movie?
No, I never will.
You
Don't
don't really
worry,
need.
you're not missing anything.
I think the
I know I'm not
first.
missing anything. That's why I said I plan like it doesn't exist.
I
Never
think the
happened.
first time I seen it was at your house or your granny's house. You and Tyree were just chilling or something like that, and I decided to like, well, they're doing their thing, so I guess I'll watch this. And honestly, it was a waste of what was it, an hour and a half or a 2 hour movie? It was terrible.
Terrible. Well, so first off, I definitely agree with you. Like the movie, it has some redeeming qualities, like the bending and everything, but storyline and everything else, and like it really tries to sum up a lot of different aspects of the show too quickly without establishing anything really.
I didn't even think they did the bend. Maybe the water bending was all right. Maybe the fire bending was all right. But the biggest one that to me, and I always say it's the earth bending was terrible in there.
So I do agree, but like. And like I said, this is like the whole thing we were talking about, like the whole anime adaptations, even with the Goku one. Like when Americans do it, it's so far from what the whole show is about, or like they try to take on a whole new perspective, or they try to go a whole new perspective.
Perspective.
That's what I said.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
But like, yo, so they try to take on a whole new perspective, or like they try to go a whole different way, and it goes absolutely wrong. So like the whole Goku in the high school type of thing, like that absolutely did make no sense. Goku was never in high school.
It really did. Like it was crazy because the first time I saw it, or first time I heard about it, our uncle was telling me about it, and he's like, "Hey, look, nephew, there's the cartoon show that you always be watching." I'm like, this is gonna be lit. This is gonna be so awesome. And I saw it. I'm like, why is Goku white? No offense.
I mean, but so I don't really care like who can kind of plays them or whatever. But like I said, first off, like the whole story didn't make no sense.
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
You got a high school kid trying to go after Chi-Chi, him barely using the Kameka Wave. I'm all like this. Like Dragon Ball Z is literally all about fighting.
But let me roll that back. I really don't mean any offense to I don't care. Like you said, who plays the character, but it's just really weird when you see Dragon Ball Z. And then someone's like, all right, here, let me pitch you the story. Kid goes to high school, gets into, or finds out about the Dragon Balls, goes on a random adventure, meets Master Roshi, and then tries to find the whole premise of it was just so off and just weird. And then the actors in there were so weird and off. Yamcha, Bulma, and I gotta look up these actors' names, but I don't. None of them, probably Roshi was probably like the only one that they maybe did decent.
I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to give no credit to none of this. And so like another one that I really want to get on, because like we can definitely kill all of these. So like the recent Netflix adaptation of Death Note.
Ugh.
Oh my god, it was so horrible. And once again, like most anime adaptations in Japan, Death Note did a great job between the going back and forth between L and Light. Like, even with the Ryuk, like everything, like it was done really, really, really well. I see the audience okay shaking his hands a little bit. I say they did it pretty well. Like, yeah, like
so?
things can always be better, but I feel like they did pretty decent. But the whole Netflix adaptation, like first off,
sorry, we're getting confirmation from our audience member. So Jimmy Chatwin, that's first of all, I don't even like his last name. Sorry, it's Justin Chatwin. Justin Chatwin was Goku. Emmy Rossum? Emmy Rossum was Bulma. Jamie Chung, actually, she plays in like a few movies, and she's actually a really decent actor. The one who I said though was Chow Yun Fat. He was Master Roshi, and I've seen him play a different few roles from time to time, and he's pretty good too.
Should have been Mr. Miyagi.
Should have been Mr. Miyagi.
See, Mr. Miyagi would have played Roshi. Like, yo, I'd have been like, I've been for it.
Yo, wait, he's dead.
I mean, technically, yeah, he was, because that was in an old school
Wax
Karate
on,
Kid.
wax off.
No, yeah, the guy who played Mr. Miyagi's dead.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought y'all didn't know that.
I still watch those movies. I love,
Karate
Karate Kid?
Kid.
I love Karate Kid.
Did you like
Oh
the new
yeah.
one?
With Jaden Smith,
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad. I prefer the older one still.
Yeah, it was better. But like once again, so the way it went about is crazy. They didn't keep to the storyline. The characters were trash. Like it was just bad all the way around. Like they like trying to make it to where Americans will like it. They did it so much injustice to it.
They really did though. Um, it was just all bad. It was probably the biggest thing that I'll always go back with, and I said it in like a previous episode, was the whole first time that they saw, or the first time that El saw Ryuk. He was like tripping out, screaming in the like little girl in the classroom. But in the anime version, he freaked out once, got himself cool, calm, and collected, and started talking to the Shikigami.
Shinigami.
He started talking to him all proper, and like he held his own. But just the American version, mind you, I didn't even get that far to the American version. Don't tell me to go watch it because I'm not going to.
I mean, even after all that, he just went on a point blank killing spree. Like he wasn't even really killing for justice. He was more killing for just fun. And even when he met like Mika-san, like it just really wasn't nowhere close to the beloved anime that we know.
What's her name?
Mika-san?
Okay,
Like
so
Mika.
but not like Mikasa.
It was like Mikasa.
Mikasa, or is
Yeah.
it? Is I'm asking, is her name Mikasa?
Mikasa, or it's like Mika something.
Mikasa. It just sounds like Mikasa to me.
Well, I feel you, but it's so just between those live adaptations in the American, with what I've seen in America do is I'm not for no type of anime to live adaptation movie. I'm not no type at all for it.
But I think video games do pretty well. Not all the time. Not all the
So
time.
wait, so what do you mean video games to live adaptation?
Yes.
Like
Okay, so Halo. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Halo this, Halo that. I actually really enjoy Halo. Mainly because the Halo Fall of Reach was such a great movie. I mean, yeah, the whole energy sword scene where they're like, oh, it looks kind of crappy. Like, I didn't care. The way they pulled the story separate and it focuses on just that character, I just really loved it.
But the crazy part is, bro, I've never seen the Halo, so I don't, because once again, I'm a PlayStation fan all my life, so I've never really gotten to the whole Xbox and then Halo games. But I did hear mixed reviews and stuff for it, so it's a little bit for me. But you said it's good though, right?
Yeah, I definitely love the movies. They're not like terrible where they have absolutely no point in the story whatsoever. I mean, at least they bring relevance into it, which is why I like it because Master Chief's also in it, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. You know, seeing 7 foot tall dude standing above them all, like, come on, we gotta go. Like, there ain't nobody left on this planet but you guys.
So, question, and I asked you this earlier: is that not a bit redundant? Him being Master Chief.
Well, I don't quite get what you mean redundant. I mean, he chose that position because as he ranked up through the military, he told them that he wanted the highest ranking position he can achieve without moving past that. That would make it so he's kind of like a benchmark.
So that leads me to another. Okay, so if you haven't noticed by now, I'm like KV. I'm not the biggest Halo player or what sort, but you get to just choose whatever position you want to be in.
Well, he's an augmented Spartan, and there's not much they can do to stop him. If you played the later games now, they obviously show they can't stop him because they sent an actual squad after him, and they still can't stop him.
What the flip is an augment? That's a whole conversation for someone.
If you watch the animated movie, they abducted children when they were young and put them through these programs. It's a program where they augment children so that they can become super soldiers. And the chance of surviving it is extremely low. But the kids who do survive are extremely, they're faster, stronger. And then
they're Captain Americas.
They're Captain America's plus 10. And the only reason they had so much love for, why Dr. Halsey loved John so much, which is Master Chief. Yes, his name is John. I don't remember his last name. They always just call him John. The reason she loved him so much, because he was lucky. You could flip a coin, no matter how many times you want, he'd get it right. And that was his his thing was he was 10 out of 10 lucky. That's why almost every game something bad would happen, but he didn't die. His armor,
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I mean, it's
Like, how does that make any sense? He's 10 out of 10 lucky.
He's lucky. Even Cortana says, she's like, you have luck on your side. It's just one of the things you have. That's what his was. He was lucky. Like when he crash lands on Halo 3, he crash lands onto the planet. His armor locked up, so he didn't die.
What?
Exactly.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get into Halo.
Well, it's a lot of games, and honestly, I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like you had to play it from the beginning to get really most of what it's going on. You could jump into like 4 and 5, but I don't think you'll really get much out of it because they were supposed to split off when the company changed over from Bungie to 343.
What is it? It's Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach.
Yeah, Halo Reach. You got Halo ODST, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Wars 2. I don't really count Spartan Assault, and I can't remember the other one, but there's another Halo where it's like a fixed angle shooter.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what that one was called. It's like Frontier or something.
Okay. So while we're on the video game topics of live, or from video game to live, we mentioned this in last week's episode because KV brought Desmond being his top death in the episode. The whole Assassin's Creed light up.
Did I say Desmond? No.
You did.
No, Desmond was not my top.
He was like your 6.
Yeah, I remember it was Desmond.
Okay. No, I thought you meant he was like my number 1. That's how
No. Sorry. That whole. I'm not so sure how you guys remember it, but I remember it as just total trash. I didn't like
the movie.
I didn't like the movie at all.
I didn't watch it. I wanted to, and then
So the movie wasn't bad. So in my personal opinion, the movie wasn't really trash because I had to give it like a 6 out of 10. So I'm saying like, yo, like I enjoyed certain elements of it, but the other parts of it, like there were some things of it like I was like, because how he was there with other people when it was just supposed to be him locked up in a room and continuously jumping in and out of the Animus. Like I feel like they try to put too much other different type of elements where like, yo, just go off of the video game and just pick and choose certain parts of it that you're gonna record and go from there.
That's all you really have to do, and that's all it is when you see light up adaptation movies. At least that's how I look at it. When you see stuff like the Dragon Ball Evolution, or stuff like Avatar, or stuff like so many examples in my head. Death Note, or any of these live adaptation movies, you have a blueprint right there. You have the video game, you have the anime. Just copy paste, really.
Exactly. And like just real quick for the Assassin's Creed thing, I'm like, yo, it wasn't really about Desmond, especially for the first game. It was really about Altair. Like just focus on him, focus on what everything he was doing, who he was fighting, how he had to kind of go back through the training. Like, but they focused too much on what was on the outside versus telling of the story on the inside. Because even in the first game, you didn't really get too much information about Desmond. And so, like, this is where, once again, a lot of them go wrong because they don't understand how, like, yo, you guys already have the blueprint. Just pick and choose certain spots on what you guys want to pick up, record, and do all that, and go from there. You don't have to add all this other types of stuff.
I don't even. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what that whole situation. Like I said, they had the Animus pick him up, and like he was able to like fight on the outside of the Animus, like he was fighting on the inside. I found no.
So it was like being in an awakened dream state a little bit. So it was almost like him doing everything, but it was like in a machine helping him do all the stuff, and so it was kind of weird. So like I say, he was doing all the stuff, but the machine was helping him jump, run, his little attack moves and everything. So it was weird. I'm like, yo, that's not what the Animus was. The Animus was him, reliving his ancestors' memories.
Exactly. It's
not him doing the stuff.
Exactly. I don't know. And I don't want to keep just like bashing it because
no, that's what this is. We're bashing. We're definitely bashing because like I say, it's just because even the video game ones, the video game adaptation to the movies, there just hasn't been any good ones. Because like, all right, so a good one that I actually like that I would give like an 8 out of 10. Period. Point blank. I don't care what anybody says. I want to give it to World of Warcraft.
Really?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it.
Nope, I never played World of Warcraft either.
I've never really gotten into it or played it really, but I really enjoyed the movie.
Okay. I bet if you had lots of hours synced into the actual game, though, I'm pretty sure it might be a little different.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
My buddy Felix played a lot of.
Yeah, and so when I was watching it, like I said, if I'd probably played the game, I'd probably got a little bit more of it or just certain aspects. But to me personally, I was like, yo, this is a really well done movie, even just from me watching. Like, if I would have seen this movie and somebody was like, hey, try World of Warcraft, I'd have been like, okay, cool. Like, because the movie actually got me really into it.
And that's where I think we might be wrong on bashing it, because we've all seen Dragon Ball Z, we've all seen Dragon Ball, we've all seen, we've seen all of it. But what if you try to get somebody to watch it that's never seen it before?
And you started off with just the movie?
Yeah, like what if they've never seen Dragon Ball? I mean,
I'm not gonna. So that might have worked with the Avatar. Truthfully, that might have worked with the Avatar. Went from the movie towards the show, but from the DBZ show, no, it's totally trash. From the Assassin's Creed movie to the video game, absolutely not. People would have not been into it.
No.
If you just watched the movie, but it's like if I've never played the games and I just watched the movie.
Nope, I don't think too many. No, you know how the video game community is. They would have been like, nah, I'm not trying that. So they would have liked the idea and thought, and once they see some game trailers, they'd have been like, oh, this is way different from the movie. Like people would have been into it.
Well, what about Resident Evil? Because
but see,
Resident Evil 1 was good.
That I'll say that they treat that so different. That gets a special treatment because they don't copy paste that at all. They basically rewrote the stories completely.
I like that they rewrote the story. That's good. But what I didn't like as they progressed farther, me playing all the games, I didn't like how they killed Leon off. Like in like the fourth one, I was like, what? And then they go and kill Chris off, and I was like, it just blew my mind why they would do that to like the best characters. But
so real quick, so which one came first, the movie or the games?
The games.
The games did?
Yeah, the games are like on the was it on the NES or just did it start off with the PlayStation?
I think I played the first one I ever played was on PlayStation.
Or probably even PlayStation 2. Well, PlayStation.
No, I think it started off on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Okay, but even with I would even like the Resident Evil movies. Like I enjoyed them. Those are 8 out of 10s too. For me personally, like okay, 7.5 because some of the fight scenes are cheesy.
You know, I'm not a zombie fan.
Okay,
I think as we get farther down the movies, they progressively get a point taken off. Because the first Resident Evil, I give it a straight 10 out of 10. I loved it.
Oh yeah, but
Sorry.
yeah. So like the first ones came out, like they were like you said on point. Like those are like 8.5, almost 9s out of 10. But progressively going, like they got worse. Like I said, like it started going off of like okay, you guys know this is a little cheesy, and this is what like they were kind of giving out and. It was like to me the story kind of got jumbled. I kind of lost what was happening. Okay, who's the real enemy here? It's Umbrella Corps. Is it the virus? Is it the Red Queen? Like
It was all.
So I'm gonna take her powers away, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm giving her powers back because I'm a user, and it's like, well, what was the whole point of taking them away in the first place? We just need them right back.
Exactly.
So first of all, I wanted to go back to the World of Warcraft one for a second. I have met people who are World of Warcraft fans, and they said that the live action was pretty decent. Actually, they really truly enjoyed it. It didn't follow like copy paste story, but they did say that they really enjoy it. Another one I want to bring up is Blade of the Immortals. And it's funny because I remember I had a friend who I worked with, and he was leaving my shift. So before he left, he's like, "Here, man, I did want to give you this movie and want you to check it out." It was Blade of the Immortals, or is it Blade of the Immortals or Immortal Blade?
Blade of the Immortal.
Blade of the Immortal. It is honestly, I saw the live action before I saw the anime. It is almost like the live action is like an anime, like like how Dragon Ball. It's what Dragon Ball Evolution tried to do. It's what Avatar tried to do. It looks like if it's an anime, like you're looking at it like, huh? It doesn't look like people should be doing all this. It doesn't look like your characters are like this. It look different. But it was so. And Blade of the Immortals is basically, it's a guy who was, I believe, in a war. He ended up dying or some. And I don't want to get it too wrong, but a guy is in a near death experience. A kind of like witch lady comes by and gives him. She's like, I can have the ability to help you live, and she puts what these are leeches. I think she said or worms. She puts blood worms in him. Somehow they are able to keep him alive. basically he goes on and goes on and he's looking for his revenge and all that. And every time somebody tries to kill him, the worms put him back together. Specifically, one of the parts in the movie that got me really interested, or that really got me hyped up, was like the moment when he was going against this guy, and he's fighting with his one sword, but then out of nowhere, he's kind of at that moment where he's losing, he just lifts his arms and then throws him down, and all these swords just swords upon swords just fall out of his cloak, and he just goes back and fight. I'm like, dude, this is intense.
Okay. Never seen it. Never seen the anime adaptation, but that type of description definitely makes me want to though. Like that's an intense type of description there. Pretty good too. But like I said, so what would you kind of give it? What would you?
The live adaptation?
Yeah. What kind of score would you give it? Like, was it similar? Was it on point? Did it disappoint? Like, what was it?
It was on point. It was very nice. It was very decent. It was very clean. If I'm gonna give it a score from like 1 to 10, I'd give that a 7.5.
Okay. Okay. And so there's definitely a lot more out there. Like you got Blood Sea, Ghost in the Shell. I know Ghost in the Shell was definitely a really recent one.
Was that a live adaptation?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I just watched it like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't that bad.
Really?
I liked it. Yeah.
Oh wait, Ghost in the Shell. Okay,
I've never seen
Okay.
the anime Ghost in the Shell.
Really?
I thought the movie was cool.
Sorry, my goofy self. I'm thinking of Evangelion for some reason.
So like I couldn't really get into it just because I'm like it was really too.
You've seen the live adaptation in the anime version, haven't you?
So I see some of the live adaptation. I was just like, so I've just never been a big fan of Ghost in the Shell. Like I've seen some shows of it. I was just never.
I thought
like,
you
really
were a
into it.
big fan. I thought
Nah.
you used to watch it all the time on Adult Swim when
It was back then. You didn't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Like you just didn't have a lot of options. And so, like I said, it was just one of those that you know about. Of course, I could reference. Of course, I could have a conversation about it. But all in all, it wouldn't make none of my lists for anything noticeable or honorable.
Really.
But yeah, like I said, even the live adaptation was pretty decent. It follows some aspects, but not everything on it.
Okay, so I'll try to jump into another one. What did you guys think about Detective Pikachu?
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
I thought it looked dumb.
Yep, never seen it. Didn't want to. Didn't care.
Still don't want to see it.
Okay,
Still don't want to see it.
If I was gonna give because I've seen it twice, I think. If I'm gonna give my own personal 1 to 10 scale rating on it, I'd give that movie 6.
Is that you being generous?
Is that you
6.
being generous?
That's just maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe it is me being generous.
I totally understand them remaking the 2000 Pokemon into a live action where I get to watch Ash try to punch Mewtwo. That'd be cool. I'd watch that. I ain't trying to watch Pikachu walk around talking crap to people, and I don't know, just.
You mean you don't want to hear Ryan Reynolds go around talk? Because that's the only reason why it got so much love as it did. Because they knew.
I like Ryan Reynolds. I like him in Deadpool so far.
You like him in Deadpool because you like the character Deadpool.
Running around.
Yeah, you don't want to see Pikachu be a smart aleck, always cracking these wise addict jokes, and it's like, but that's not Pikachu. That ain't. So the movie though, it was. I don't know what to call it other than they just try to do it for nostalgia, and so let me go back to this. You're saying you'd be okay with the live adaptation of the 2000 movie. In the beginning of it, they copied it. They copy pasted it, and it was awesome. I was hyped for the movie. They did the whole thing where Mewtwo was trapped in the lab. He's talking to himself. He's like, "Why am I here? What are these people? What are they doing?" And then he's like, "I hear them from the outside." And then that whole scene where he burst out, and you just see the beam of light. That the movie from anime to live action, so awesome, so awesome. Like I got captivated by it. But as the movie went on, it went to crap.
So what parts of it went to crap though? Like what made it start going downhill?
The fact that we have a whole new person that we have to find a whole new story to, not Ash. We have to find this guy's whole new story. Turns out that he's having daddy issues. He wants to go visit his dad. His dad might be dead. Nobody really knows. He's trying to look for his dad, something that Ash couldn't do. I'm just kidding. That was my attempt at a joke there.
I was like,
That was mean. Don't be throwing little shots at Ash like that. He ain't do nothing.
Professor
But
Oak's dad.
I mean, him and Ash's mom probably been, I'll just get off that. But it was just like this whole new story that we didn't ask for. It was them trying to figure out, basically, it was all about his dad. Like, honestly, it was all about him trying to find where's his dad and the mystery behind it. Does anybody care if I spoil it right now?
Honestly, I never even know
Go
what
ahead.
the whole movie was about his dad.
The whole movie is about his dad. And here's the funny thing. I guessed what was going to happen in the movie midway through the movie. And I said, Pikachu is his dad.
What?
Pikachu is his dad. Mewtwo accidentally, or not accidentally, he purposely fused his dad and Pikachu together because his dad was actually finna die in a car crash, but his Pikachu had such a bond to his dad. He said, all right, I'm going to take you. I'm going to take the soul of the dad and mix them together. Now Pikachu and his dad are one.
You just made this movie a bigger reason for me not to watch it. I appreciate it.
I mean, I'm all like, okay,
I ain't trying to wrap my head
but
around that.
yeah, like it doesn't make you want to go and watch the whole story.
'Cause now it's kind of weird. Because now I'm thinking like, oh, cool. That means Pikachu's. How would you even bring it to the mom? Like, hey, mom, dad's this Pokemon now. Like, I hope you guys still love each other. I'd be like, nah.
You actually don't even see his mom.
Oh well. I
Like,
guess it's a good thing.
like, or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Well, I forgot where he lives. I'm not so sure if he lives by himself or if he's, but it's so let me also say this. You know that sound Pokemon? I forgot his name. What is it? It's called Loudern. So this little Pokemon.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about.
Speaker.
Yeah, that is. Go ahead and look up the live adaptation of that Pokemon. So, what I tell y'all, this is why sometimes you shouldn't make live action adaptations of something, because the live adaptation of Loudon is haunting. It is very disturbing to see that Pokemon move its lips and shout out dubstep noises. I am a big fan of dubstep. I love dubstep to the max. But to hear that Pokemon just spew dubstep out of his mouth, it is disturbing.
That is ugly.
I saw KV's face just light up when Roque showed him
Whoa.
the picture. It is.
That's wrong.
That is. I'm not gonna lie, guys. There's a lot of problems with that. There's a
I'm
lot.
looking at Lickitung. Lickitung looks like an alien from like.
Oh
was it
my
Independence Day?
gosh, bro! That is
At least Jigglypuff looks somewhat
disturbing.
decent, but dang.
That is disturbing.
Jigglypuff looks cool and everything, but it once again they tried, but still failed.
Yes.
And so real quick, I want to give them something that like I will give them like what they. So what I've seen. So let's go to the Sonic movie.
Okay.
And so for the Sonic movie, when they first started throwing out the trailers and everything, they got a lot of fans. Yeah, they got a lot of bad feedback. They got a lot of comments and stuff from the fan service saying like, "Yo, who is this guy? This is not Sonic."
Because that first take on it was trash.
Well, the first take on it didn't look nothing. And this is what I believe everybody should have went and done. Like, yo, give the fans something a little big and get a little feedback and see if you're going in the right direction. Because if they would have threw out the Sonic with the Sonic who had like teeth, 5 fingers, was 6 feet tall,
Jesus.
like, yo, this could have been a horrible movie.
That was a haunting image to see.
Like, it was weird.
And it's bad because I love the voice actor Ben Shapiro, Ben Schwartz. It's Ben
Ben
Schwartz.
Schwartz. I was like, Ben Shapiro's that's somebody totally different.
Ben Schwartz. He's an awesome voice actor, and I didn't see Park and Recreations, where I'm pretty sure that's where everybody remember him from.
Never
But
seen it, so.
yeah, but see, another thing about that though, not a lot of people liked was Jim Carrey being being Eggman.
Once again, they probably could have found somebody more menacing because it's hard to take sometimes a character who plays a more light-hearted funny versus Dr. Eggman, more of a serious evil type of funny.
They didn't even have to go more menacing. Somebody said, why not Danny DeVito? That would have been.
That would have been great because it would have been funny because he I don't know, he has his character, the way he holds himself is pretty funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so once again, it's like you're trying to. I feel like sometimes they try too hard.
Yeah,
Like you
but
try to recruit a lot of big names for a movie, and it doesn't work out because you want people to come because of these big names or these actors who are already famous, versus try to really find somebody for this role and almost giving the movie a better chance.
what would you give it out of a rating? Because I've never seen it.
Oh, I've only seen parts of it.
You've only seen parts of it?
Yeah, but I've like I said, like you can tell just from like what I hear from other people about like the type of it got back. And like I said, from what I've seen, I wasn't necessarily disappointed. I just was never a big fan of Sonic.
So rate the scenes that you saw.
6 out of 10. Because like I said,
So-
a lot of it, because you had the cocky Sonic who was like, yo, I'm the fastest guy on the planet. Like, there's nobody who could beat me. You had the jokes and everything. Part of the storyline to me just didn't really make sense.
But see, that kind of makes sense, at least for me and you, because we both I rated Pokemon 6 out of 10, you rated Sonic 6 out of 10. So there's something there that holds weight.
Yeah.
I can kind of believe it, but like I'm more inclined to see. I still want to see Sonic. I don't care what his rating was. I enjoy Sonic,
Of course.
but from the commercials I see with Pikachu and all that, I don't want to see it.
So, okay, so
Go
out
on,
here, I'm going to throw one that I actually saw in theaters. I was actually really interested in. It made me want to go back and watch the anime, and that was Battle Angel Alita. Or Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually really, really liked it, but I never even knew there was an anime of it.
Mm,
I just saw the thing and I was like, that looks cool. I want to watch it.
exactly. KV, have you seen it?
Battle Angel Alita, no, but it looked cool. But once I started, like, once a movie has came out and it's been out for a while, and if I haven't had the chance to go and see it, I will just look up everything about the movie. And after looking everything up, I was kind of disappointed.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta actually watch it because me watching
So
it.
it looked pretty good. Like, truthfully, it's just like, well, I probably just wouldn't like the storyline. Storyline would probably be like my only gripe about it.
So go ahead, tell me what you read from the storyline that you like didn't really like. It didn't hit with you.
So basically, the guy found her. Of course, he rebuilt her. She found, she tries to kind of live somewhat of a normal existence as a kid. But then, she gets into this whole robot racing and never even does the race. Like, she gets into halfway one, gets into a fight, and then tries to go back to the race and never even finishes it.
See, in the movie, she actually does complete like I think a couple races.
Does she?
Yeah, at least
wow.
like I said, she definitely gets into a few races. They try to kill her throughout the whole thing, but she fights back. And she actually wins. I know she like wins one of them that made her like the big popular talk around the town. It was really cool because you realize as the story goes on, she starts to realize she's something more than just, a pile of junk that got put back together. She realizes that she was actually, Roque, help me on this one. Was she a part of like an army or something like that? Or was she just a better type of robot at the time?
I think she was like a robot army type of thing.
Right.
From that Sky.
Yeah, so she was like an elite soldier type of thing. Because
Right.
even if you ever read like the manga and stuff, like, yo, she is dope.
Dude.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, yo, from the manga that I've seen about her, I'm like, yo, like, she's one of the
Bruh.
baddest female anime characters ever.
So after she got those, because she was put back together with spare like junk and scraps and all that. When she found her actual suit and brought it to him, yeah, he hooked her up to her actual her like soldier suit, if you will, or super soldier suit, and she goes off on anybody in her path. Like she like you said, imagine if you had Black Widow, Gamora. I'm trying to think of any bad, just female protagonists, but take all those and put them into one little small frame.
Still not seeing your vision.
Yeah, because I didn't deliver it good enough. But you know what I mean. Ghost in the Shell. So how great Ghost in the Shell was supposed to be, right? Or what's her name?
Scarlett Johansson?
I mean, not Scarlett, the actual character from Ghost in the Shell.
I don't remember.
Dang, y'all. But if you've ever seen Ghost in the Shell, she's like this ultimate like fighter, assassin type person. Imagine if it was Alita, but she was like, instead of trying to sneak around all the time, she was just up close and personal with it. Like she would just mess you up because you were in her way.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Yeah, like definitely respect to her. Definitely,
The
definitely.
name was Motoko Kunisagi.
Mm. So, yeah, like she was like Motoko, but a lot like she was a younger version, I would say. And by younger, I mean like with decisions wise. Like if Motoko would probably be going about it in a more mature fashion. Like I said, I haven't even seen Ghost in the Shell myself, so I don't really know
Yeah,
her like
I've
that.
only ever seen the movie. I've never actually seen the show. And honestly, I don't remember much of the movie. I just remember like those cool looking geisha dolls that were killing people, and she was trying to hack them. Like, if you go in there, you might not be able to come out. And then, yeah, I just thought it was cool.
But
It was
Battle,
interesting.
but Alita is like she there's no more good I can say about it. But I will say and I forgot his name. But the actor in there, like the main antagonist in there, he is supposed to be the next Blade. And I know how KV feels about that.
We're not
Can't
gonna
replace
get
him,
into
that's
that. So what? So we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna transition
Yo,
to animes.
shouts out to Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah, big ones.
And then tax fraud.
So we're gonna get into like anime adaptations that go into video games. So do
Oh.
they?
Oh man, I got a whole cripe of this.
So I'm not gonna lie. Like here, they also do and don't succeed as well.
I'm gonna say they don't. I mean, go ahead and this is why we're gonna talk about it. But can I?
And as well, so look, well, here, let me start off because I want to
Okay.
give them some good ones.
Okay.
So first off, with the Dragon Ball Z series, for the movies they didn't succeed. The live adaptations ones they didn't succeed, but the video games they did have some success. And the reason why I'm saying some success is, but I remember back to like the Budokai ones, Budokai
Budokai
1, 2, and 3. The
Tenkaichi.
only thing is to me, and my dude Roque here actually just read my mind on it. He was like, "Yo, it's basically the same storyline, just different game." It's almost like you might have different mechanics or different fighting styles, but literally, like you can only redo the Dragon Ball story so many times. Like you can't even really redo it. Like
I
it's the
will say
same
it
thing.
was fun though. It was definitely
Oh yeah.
fun.
So like I said, I'll give it to it. Like it was fun and everything, but like if I was to take something away from it, I'm like, yo, you basically try to give me three different versions of the exact same game. Yes, it was fun, but like come on, there wasn't really much difference between them. Now going up against Naruto Ninja Storm, where it equally progressed.
How so?
Okay, well, when you say equally progressed, I can agree with you to a point, but every time you had to start at the beginning and move your way up from there.
Of course. So and truthfully, that's what almost made it better.
But it's almost
Because
like playing a DLC because you're just playing the new section with just altered combat.
new section, Ultra Combat, different, improved. Like there was a lot of things about each Ninja Storm that almost made it really better.
Okay.
And so, but like with Dragon Ball Z, it always ended right after you beat Cell. I mean, or no, it always ended right after you beat Majin Buu. Like it was, unfortunately, Goku only had like three big bosses when he was an adult, and never did it when he was a kid. He only had three big bosses between Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu.
Budokai 3 went up to Cooler.
It's still part of the Frieza thing.
But Cooler, I remember because I remember
Mm.
Cooler specifically because his face was
Cooler,
on the cover.
Meta Cooler.
Yeah, Metal Cooler.
And then they
all
even
that.
had Brawly. Like I'll even give him like in there
Yo,
too.
what was that Tenkaichi?
Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like somewhere in there, but like this is when you got the Super
good
Saiyan 4.
memories. That was a good memories right there.
Mm-hmm. But with the whole Naruto thing, you got to see from the whole Naruto to the Sasuke, then to the whole Shippuden from the start to the end of the war. Like, of course, the games came out to where the anime was at the time, or just like an arc before. But like the next one in the next game in the next chapter for it, like it always kept on going. Like you never, and yes, like I do partially agree. It sucks to start all over, but if you just kind of restarted from the last point, it really would just be DLC and wouldn't be kind of no fun.
Okay, let me. You're right. So I might have been harshing on this a little bit too much because now I remember the flood of good memories back into the Dragon Ball series. But what really, really, really kills me when animes go into video games is stuff like Fist of the North Star, One Piece, and oh my god, I had the other one. I think maybe JoJo, and I gotta look back and see if JoJo is it. But they're all Dynasty Warriors. They're all beat 'em ups. They're just waves.
Oh, so you got to throw One Piece in there too.
That's at One Piece. They're just waves after waves of enemies, and you're just spamming the same attack buttons all over again. just mowing down hordes until you hit the next cutscene.
Oh, so did you also throw Bleach next? I think Bleach also had one too.
If Bleach is one of them, yeah, then that's like that
Yeah,
too.
Bleach had like one too.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Other one I ever played was One Piece, and I actually did enjoy it, but it's because it was the first one I bought. And it's like One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 or something like that. It was the first one I've ever bought, and I liked it a lot.
Okay, but like I said, so games like that also it might have some good points because you do enjoy playing as your favorite characters and kind of fighting a lot. But after almost like the second installment, you're getting the same game, same beat 'em up, same smash 'em ups. I mean, to me, all those games seem so similar. They're not even enjoyable. Like Dynasty Warriors is kind of cool, but after like a few more Dynasty Warriors, like they were all too similar to where you're like, yo, I'm not even playing this no more. Like you're basically trying to sell me the same game. Like this is.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is not 2K or Madden NFL
or
like,
Call of Duty.
Yeah, like it's not even those type of games. Like, yo, you can't sell me on the same thing.
And people are gonna yell at me and say, Call of Duty has the same or the different story. You have different main characters each time. I don't care, yo. It's the same shooting game every time.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It's of course it's a shooting game, so it has the same kind of mechanics. But
they have different guns every time. The guns get better. No, yeah, it's just it's lame.
Enough, I think I'm that guy. I won't lie to you. I love Call of Duty. I love Modern Warfare. I played through all 3 Modern Warfares, and when the new one came out, I bought it immediately and played it all over. And I'm excited for Modern Warfare 2. It could have it could have a slap-on sticker of Modern Warfare 2 all over again. I'd still play it. I really enjoy it.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We don't have to have people on this podcast that agree with us. We need people who have different opinions with us, and this is why we need him on here.
True. If he feels like Call of Duty is a great franchise, I want him to debate me on it.
I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not fighting. I'm not saying you need to like it. I'm not that
right,
kind
of course.
Like, that
yeah.
It's the best. No, honestly, the games I like the most ever since I grew up. I fell out of Call of Duty, but I still love to play it. Don't get me wrong. But I learned to love to play RPGs where I can just take my time. You know, I work all the time, so it's not like I could go play Call of Duty for 6.5 hours.
We forgot one of the biggest ones that's actually out right now. Witcher into the Netflix live adaptation.
Oh my gosh. So this is where you get a video game going from to the movie and massively succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably like
already getting their second season
because they did it right.
Yeah,
they did it
for
right.
some and I think this is also because how everybody was still kind of coming off the wave of the Game of Thrones series, how everybody still loved the medieval magic type of
dragons and
like people still was kind of riding the high off of that. And I'm like, yo, if it wasn't for that,
you know what? You got a good point there. You got a good point.
About that, yeah.
Like, and that's how I seen. I'm like, yo, because unless you're a gamer, like you probably like a lot of people ain't really into the whole magic thing. Like, you know, people love a good story, but a lot of people ain't into the whole all the other elements that made it really, really good. And so,
but I will also try to say like, there's a game called Black Desert.
Oh, I love Black Desert.
They have like some type of, I don't want to say it's their live adaptation, but they have like some type of correlation. There's a Netflix series called Curse, and apparently those two are similar in somewhat ways. So that's something to look out for.
I'm also trying to come up with some other ones that had some animes to the video games of you. And like I said, there's ones out there.
Animes to video games?
Yeah, there's some out there that don't get their justice due just because they try to come out within a year of the show coming out of being really popular.
Hey, he read my
hero did that.
Yo, he read your mind earlier. He read my mind. It was terrible.
What, the My Hero Academia game?
I mean, okay, let me chill. It wasn't terrible, but it's...
I won't lie. I bought it. I played it. I enjoyed it for a little bit, and then I realized I'm only as good as the AIs. I played online once, got destroyed, and was like, I hate this game.
Look at so I went into that game, playing with my little brother, and he had played that game before me. He's already gone through like half the story, unlocked most of the characters, and me and him were playing. I think he was playing as Todoroki. I was playing as Aizawa, and I wrecked his stuff, dude. I destroyed him. He didn't win a single game with me because I was button mashing. I was just, and then I just won.
Shaking my head.
But like Roque said, you're only as good as the AI, and I felt like the character himself was just better than me.
Oh, real quick. So another one I just thought of, Tekken. actually did.
Oh,
I
you
love
Yep,
Tekken.
Tekken.
right.
Tekken actually did one, and it was actually
had a-
pretty decent.
Which
7
one?
out of 10.
Which one?
Oh, they actually had a few one time.
They
Wait.
had, no, they had the movie, they had the anime movie, and then they had the live adaptation.
They had a live adaptation?
They had a live
I didn't know.
adaptation.
I was about to say, I would love to see one of those because I love
No, you
Tekken.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Really? What?
No, you wouldn't.
Because
You remember it, don't you?
I remember the anime, kind of one of the animated
Okay.
one, which was pretty good.
So
like, yo, that was dope.
Go ahead and
that
go
was
first.
dope.
Go ahead and go first.
So I don't necessarily remember the live action one.
Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and go off the anime one.
But the animated one was pretty dope. It didn't really have much of a storyline. It only threw a few fights in there, and it was kind of really short. It was almost like an episode. It was like an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was relatively short, but it had a good couple fight scenes. You were like, all right, like I would like to see some more of this. Like I would, but you didn't get no more of it.
Did it have all our favorite characters in there?
No, it only had like a few good people. I don't remember who in there, but it wetted your lips and left you wanting for more. Though I give it that.
So, and off of that, I'm gonna go with the live adaptation. Like I said, I don't want to keep bragging on every single one that comes our way, but it was bad. It was about Jin, of course, him being like the franchise, like the face of the franchise. Him going up against his dad, Kazuma. What was his name?
It was like Hayachi.
Hayachi's his granddad.
Oh.
Yeah, Haichima.
Kazuma.
Kazuya.
Kazuya.
Yeah, Kazuya.
Kazuya. Him going up against his dad in the Iron Fist tournament, and of course, as you go through the tournament, he fights all of our fighters that we know and love. I don't think he went up against King. I think he definitely went up against Eddie, and just like wrecked Eddie.
I would love to see King just slap him around.
Bro.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Eddie is. I don't care who you are. It's gonna be hard to beat Eddie. Like, dude moves around way too much, and he's pretty quicker than most people. Okay.
He went up against a few, but it was just that it was you found out who Jin was, and it was like from the beginning too. Like you found out everything about Jin. You see him go into this tournament. You see him fight through the competitors, and then he gets cheated at the end or something like that, and like he's like hobbling around because he got shot or something like that. But then I don't even think he went into Devil Jin. I think he just went into like just made the what is it plot saved him.
Oh, plot armor.
Plot armor saved him, and he ends up fighting his dad. And I actually don't remember it after that, but I know he comes out on top.
Does his grandfather come in?
No,
Oh, well,
I think they
wasn't that great
sneak
of a
peek
story.
at his grandfather. They sneak peek at him. And what's her name? What was Jin's like kind of crush on there?
I don't remember.
She comes into the picture.
Zaijo. It's like it's like XI something.
No, not her. She is in there though. She's
I don't
Zhao
remember.
Lin. I think it was Zhao Lin. But no, it was the other girl who was like, okay, well, we're not gonna get into all that, but it was just kind of like, here's a story, here's the middle, here's the end, or here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end, and then done. It wasn't like, Tekken. It wasn't some awesome Iron Fist tournament that you.
And before we go, real quick, go ahead and finish because I want to get into one last one before we go, guys.
No. That was pretty much it. It was their period, point blank, and there's nothing left to say. If I was gonna give it a rating, I'd say 5.
Wow. I'm not, and I probably totally would agree with you. And so the last one I would say, guys, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
I love Mortal Kombat. I don't
Of
care what
course.
anybody says.
So everybody
and it has
loves,
an anime adaptation too.
I've never seen the anime adaptation.
I think it's a cartoon, more of an anime though.
Huh. But so from the movies and the video games, there's really no bad points on either one to where because of the movie, you have respect for the games. And because of the games, you probably won't say nothing bad about the movies. Right or wrong?
I just think I agree with you. I think the reason why is because really the game was you go to the tournament to win for Earthrealm. That's all it was. That the base is the movie. So all that the movies had to do, or the game. So the movie, all it had to do was follow that same basis. Earthrealm just has to fight for Earthrealm. And
Exactly.
That's exactly what they did. That they hand delivered exactly that story plot.
That same like story part. Yo, group of fighters came versus the other people from where else.
Like the Outer Realm and all that.
I have like 2 big gripes about this though.
Go ahead, shoot.
First big gripe: the first movie. Actually, I'll say the first movie was decent. Second movie, trash. Garbage. The CGI in there was garbage.
Is this the one where he turns into a dragon?
Yes, the one he turns into a dragon.
I don't watch that one, but I watched the first
So the one who turns your dragon wasn't bad. It was actually pretty
It
dope.
was terrible.
It was tight. It was
you
dope.
Like it because
yes,
you were a
yes,
kid at the time.
Yes, no, it still looked pretty. Even for the graphics back then, don't try to look at it as now. Look at it as back then. It was pretty good graphics. Okay, do not try to be disrespectful about that.
My favorite was Jax when he lost the robot arms.
Yeah.
And Sony was like, "Oh look, you got your confidence back." I was like, "Hey, he got his arms back." I thought he was the coolest person ever. He's always my favorite character.
Oh yeah, so that was definitely.
So that's my second big gripe. It was we were teased about this back in like 2014 that we were gonna get another Mortal Kombat movie, and my man Michael Jai White was supposed to play Jax, and he never did. It breaks my heart. They set a whole trailer up. Jax had taken in. He's interrogating a subject, and he's like laying down. He's bringing in Baraka into the story. He's saying how Baraka ended up killing Johnny Cage. He's telling how Baraka's on this killing spree. He cut people's heads off, puts them in the freezer. I think he talked about like one more person, but he's all talking to the suspect, and he's like, "This all leads back to you. Now, what do you have to say for yourself, Sub-Zero?" And then you just see the cold mask just blow with all the cold breath, and you just see his blue eyes, and then it just cuts. Mortal Kombat, and it was like, bro, they're finna kill this. They never came out.
Yeah, for some reason the movie never came out. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know what fell through.
What could have been?
What could have been? Some honorable mentions from video games to movies. We got some Ratchet and Clank ones. Definitely did pretty decent.
Okay, the animated movies, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm very biased. I love Ratchet and Clank to death.
We have some Final Fantasy movies out there that also did pretty decent.
Like Appleseed and such.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Need for Speed.
Need for Speed movie.
I haven't seen it. I would like to.
It was actually pretty decent because it kept the racing elements, even though the Need for Speed updated. Like it, I think they tried to start adding too much different elements. Where just keep it all about racing. Like it's just about racing. You ain't gotta do too much more about it.
You really don't. That's what Fast and Furious fails to do. But they just want to say
They made that all about action. They left racing behind. They kept the cars, and it was just.
I was gonna say, y'all think Vin Diesel can take on Thanos?
I'm ready to see him drive his truck right into him.
Yeah,
the Rock wrestle him for the fucking Infinity Glove.
And we all know how this would end, guys. Like, ain't nobody in the real world touching Thanos. Damn.
But guys, that was it.
All right, yeah. That was our episode for today, guys. Anime adaptations. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it.
You know what? It was actually really cool. Minus the environment.
Yeah. Only sweating up a storm.
I mean, we just probably lost a couple pounds in here, so it's probably
say,
good for us.
I was gonna say I was thought about that a couple times.
Since all the gyms are closed, it's almost like a good sweat lodge in here.
You know what? Now that you say it like that, I'm okay.
I can use a shower though.
Most definitely, we stink. We smell like an outhouse.
Mm-hmm. But guys, I did kind of want to do recommendations for the week. I might save it for next week. Once again, we're gonna try to get Roque on his podcast as soon as possible. You guys always hear him in the background. He has a ton of good information. He's definitely gonna be our video game guy for the portion of his show.
Mm-hmm. And we already got a nickname for him.
Don't worry, we will have a great introduction for this man right here.
I want to give a hint, but it rhymes with stocky. Yeah, so that's your hint.
But all right, guys. Please, wherever you guys listen to us, hear us from, please drop a like, comment on Spotify, Google Podcasts. And everywhere else that
Apple Podcasts being the big one. Leave us that 5-star rating. Tell us what you think about. Tell us what because there's a bunch of them that we probably missed. Give us your review. Tell us what animes went into video games, what video games went into movies. Go ahead and give us that. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And once again, check out our website, guys. You can also leave question comments in there. Also, you can see pictures of us, little profile descriptions. And also, if you guys have any question, comments that you guys want to shoot directly to us, hit us up at mavericks@gmail.com. That is MAVREAKS@gmail.com.
Or you can hit us up at BBEMAV2020@gmail.com. That's BBEMAV2020@gmail.com.
But all right, guys, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the
Thank
M.A.V.
you.
show.
Even though it was out of a sweat lodge.
Yes, it was. But all right, guys.
I don't know why I'm complaining. It was nice.
It was all right. But all right, guys, we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.